she said, "The baby in my belly is yours, you'll be a father." I replied, "Will we get married?" The rain was coming down hard that night, blurring the streetlights into soft yellow smudges. When she stood in front of me, hands shaking, eyes filled with fear and hope at the same time, I had no idea that one sentence was about to change my life forever. She took a deep breath and said, "The baby in my belly is yours. You'll be a father." My heart stopped. And without thinking, the words slipped out of my mouth, "Will we get married?" Before we continue, take a moment to support the channel. If stories about real-life emotions, kindness, and second chances touch your heart, please subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. You're watching Heartfelt Moments, where every story reminds us how powerful kindness can be. I met Sarah 2 years earlier at a small community library in Ohio. She was volunteering at the front desk, smiling at everyone who walked in like they mattered. I was there to use the free internet, trying to apply for jobs after being laid off from a factory. Life had hit me hard, and my confidence was at an all-time low. She noticed me struggling with the computer and gently asked if I needed help. There was no judgment in her voice, just patience. That small act of kindness was the first crack in the wall I'd built around myself. We started talking whenever I came in. About books. About childhood dreams. About how life didn't always turn out the way we planned. Sarah was a single woman trying to rebuild her life after a painful breakup. I was a man trying to find his footing again. We weren't looking for love, but kindness has a funny way of opening doors you didn't know were closed. Our friendship slowly turned into something deeper. Nothing dramatic. No big declarations. Just shared coffees, long walks, and quiet understanding. She made me feel seen. I made her laugh when she thought she'd forgotten how. But life isn't a movie. When I finally found a steady job, the stress came with it. Long hours. Late nights. We started drifting without realizing it. One small argument turned into silence. Silence turned into weeks apart. Eventually, we stopped talking altogether. I thought that chapter was over. Then one evening, months later, she asked to meet me. That's when she stood in front of me in the rain and said those words. "The baby in my belly is yours." My mind raced. Fear. Shock. Responsibility. But beneath all that, something else rose up, care. I looked at her face and saw how scared she was. She wasn't asking for money or promises. She was telling me the truth. So I asked, "Will we get married?" Her eyes widened. "You don't have to say that," she whispered. "I'm not here to trap you. I just thought you deserved to know." That moment taught me something important. Kindness isn't about obligation. It's about choice. I told her I didn't ask because I felt trapped. I asked because I still cared. Because I believed that doing the right thing, even when it's hard, matters. But it wasn't a fairy tale decision. We agreed to take things slowly. To talk honestly. To go to doctor visits together. To see if we could rebuild trust, not for the baby alone, but for ourselves. Those months were some of the hardest and most beautiful of my life. We argued. We cried. We laughed at midnight cravings and nervous fears. I went with her to ultrasound appointments, holding her hand as we heard the heartbeat for the first time. In that moment, everything else faded away. Money was tight. We didn't have fancy baby showers or perfect plans. But kindness filled the gaps. Neighbors brought hand-me-down clothes. A coworker helped me fix my old car for free. Sarah's elderly neighbor knitted baby blankets every night, saying, "The world needs more warmth." One night, Sarah broke down crying. She said she felt ashamed for being pregnant without a ring, afraid of what people would say. I held her and reminded her that kindness doesn't come from perfection. It comes from love, honesty, and effort. When our son was born, I cried harder than I ever had. Holding him, I realized how much kindness had shaped this moment. Sarah's kindness in telling me the truth. My choice to stay instead of run. The kindness of strangers who helped us when we were struggling. A few weeks later, we got married in a small courthouse ceremony. No fancy dress. No big crowd. Just us, our baby sleeping in his carrier, and a judge who smiled and said, "This is how strong families begin." Life didn't suddenly become easy. There were sleepless nights, bills, and moments of doubt. But every day, we chose kindness, toward each other, toward ourselves, and toward our child. Years later, when our son asked how we became a family, Sarah smiled and said, "It started with honesty." And I added, "And kindness." Because kindness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's staying when leaving would be easier. Sometimes it's asking a hard question instead of walking away. Sometimes it's choosing love even when fear is shouting louder. If this story taught me anything, it's that kindness can turn unexpected moments into new beginnings. You never know how one gentle choice can change a life, maybe even create one. So as you go about your day, remember this: be kind when things are uncertain. Be kind when life surprises you. You might just be writing a story that inspires someone else to believe in love, responsibility, and second chances. And that's how kindness builds families, heals hearts, and makes the world a little warmer, one brave choice at a time.